This is my blues, 'cause I'm back down on my own again.
Check, check, check. You know what it is. King Mar, Two Side Podcast. We in the building, goddammit. Best interview in the goddamn fucking world.
I didn't know anybody that made shirts. This before even MySpace was around.
Right.
So like when I first started making shirts around the neighborhood, I'm like, I got a monopoly on this because I don't even know anybody that does this.
Absolutely, right.
As like social media came about, especially now 2019, I'm like, oh, everybody got a damn clothing line now. But it's weird because when I first started, I didn't know anybody that did clothes.
Right.
Here we are 15 years later or whatever. I feel like everyone has a clothing line, but we sell more now than we've ever did. The competition is as high as it's
ever been.
And I still outsell it more.
because like you said, it's more than t-shirts. It's a story attached to the brand.
Right.
And people can relate to the story.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? It ain't fake, man. That means a lot, bro. Trust me, Jay. It means a lot.
I'm JP from Art History.
Art History.
We're at 7045 Frankfurt Ave in Northeast Philly right now. You're at my store. This is my location, Art History.
Yo, thank you for having us, man. I appreciate the time. You know, you taking time out to do this interview.
Absolutely.
So yo, tell the people, man, like, how did you get your start? Like, what inspired you to create these masterpieces?
I tell everybody, like, this art history thing kind of is like a lifelong accomplishment. It started when I was really young. I always been into art, and when I was a young bad kid, I used to be into my graffiti stuff. You know what I mean? I was actually arrested for graffiti when I was like 13 years old. Okay. My mom was a big influence in pushing me towards the positive way of the graffiti thing, because she bought me a bunch of books, all that other stuff. I even remember when we went to court, she even told the judge, like, he's a good kid, he just got too much time on his hands. He has to figure out, you know, to consume some of his time with more positive activities. Right. So she like bought me some books to draw in and stuff like that. And then a couple years later, when I was 18, one of my friends had passed away, and I had just made a rest in peace shirt for him. And when I wore it out, all my friends were like, yo, where you get that shirt from? Right. I said, I made that. No, you didn't. Right. So they were like, yo, make us all shirts for the funeral. So I went to the little poppy store in the corner. I bought 20 shirts, whatever. I bought 20 shirts, $5 a pop. I ended up painting them in my room. I didn't even know what I was doing. We didn't even know how to dry them. Wow. So like the next day for the funeral, some of the shirts were like still sticky. But like the morning of the funeral, we sold all 20 shirts at $10 a pop. And when we went to the funeral, it's kind of like the talk of the town. You know, everybody's like, "Yo, they're dope. I want one. Can you do this? Can you do that?" And I sold $200 worth of shirts my first ever day, and I told my mom, I was like, yo, I think I'm on to something. Like, I like this, and like people seem to like it. People were putting in other requests, like, can you do this for me? Can you do that for me? So 6 months later, I started the Art Institute of Philadelphia for fashion design. Wow. Yeah. Wait, so you started? What's up, Jay?
Hey, how you doing? Listen, we got the Philly's Finest walking in. It's gonna be a long screen. Philly's Finest walking in. But yeah, so you said you started the Philly Art Institute, or you?
Yeah, so I went to the Art Institute of Philadelphia for fashion design, and in my second semester, it's funny because like when I went to the Art Institute, I was making shirts and selling them to the kids I went to school with. Oh, that's so all my teachers even knew about it and everything. I would wear my shirts every day. Right. So one of the counselors at school like came up to me like, "Yo, I found out about this company that does similar stuff to you. That's right at 11th and Market." Yeah, I already know. And it was Mesquite Originals.
I was actually about that. That's my follow-up question.
So they got me the address, and one day after school, I went there, I rung the doorbell, and I walked in, and I told them like who I was, and I want to get a job. They had me fill out an application. They gave me an interview. Right. And they asked me different questions. I was a little nervous. I was younger too. Yeah, obviously, right. So I remember taking the train on the way home, thinking about all the better things I should have told them. So I actually went home that night because I wanted the job so bad. I went home that night. I wrote like a 3-page essay on all the better things I should have said. So I went back the next day, rung the doorbell, and they were like, "Oh, what's up, Jay?" And I'm like, "Yo, I thought of all the better things I should have said. I really want this job." So they actually let me hang out for like the rest of the night, watch like how they make shirts. So I got to meet all the staff. And I thought for sure I was in at that point. I remember like telling all my friends and family like, "Yo, watch, they're gonna hire me." A week went by, 2 weeks went by, no phone call, and I thought that it was kind of just like, hey, yeah. And then like on the 3rd week, I want to say that they called me up to come in to try out. It was me and like 9 other artists trying out.
Oh, okay.
But I went to the tryout and I was the one that got the job.
That's dope, man. So how was it like working for a Phillies legend, legendary company?
Absolutely. It changed my life. Honestly, I'm super grateful for the guys that gave me that opportunity.
Right.
And it was like the first time I really seen like religion at the workplace. Like majority of them were Muslim, and during work they would put down the paint and go pray.
Right.
And like I just respected that so much.
Absolutely.
You know what I mean? It was just like it was just such a good vibe in there. But like the everybody was like a solid individual. I learned a lot, but I only got to work with them for a couple months, and then something happened. They left. I stayed.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Right. Okay, so basically, so that that kind of like, I won't say help you create your own lane. Yeah. But I mean,
well, one thing I remember is that like the main guy that was like, I want to say my mentor there or my boss there or whatever, he would always tell me, "Jay, follow the blueprint." And like still to this day, I still feel like I follow the blueprint.
Right, absolutely. So I mean, right now you're still cool with you guys?
Absolutely.
That's dope. That's dope. Your company going in the next 3 months to 5 years.
Well,
I know it's a wide range, but
our slogan here at Art History is "Star Reach the World." We always like hashtag Star Reach the World, and my whole goal is to get art history to be worldwide. So in the last year, we've sent packages to Australia, United Kingdom, even we're in places, Budapest, Croatia. Yeah.
That's awesome.
Yeah,
that's dope.
A bunch from Canada, but like even our customers, like Jay that just walked in.
Yeah, man, look.
He flies around all the time.
Come here. How you doing?
How are y'all?
There you go.
Yeah, I take them every time I go on vacation. I go to the Caribbean. I come in and get a fresh shirt.
That's dope.
Before I go, this one's actually going to my brother in Boca Raton, Florida.
Oh, that's awesome. So, look at that one. Yo, man.
Good stuff. So I got him
great
representing
quality
down
too.
in Florida.
Great quality too, man.
Yeah.
Thank you, bro.
So I want to say like the 3 pillars of art history is customer service being number 1. Like I want to have the best customer service. Second is the quality. Right. And the third is just like the uniqueness of the designs.
And it is very unique, by the way. You know what I'm saying? So I want to ask you about your process, because I mean, I don't know if y'all guys can see it on camera, but this is literally paint. Like it's like a canvas on it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So like, I mean, do you kind of like design each shirt?
Yes, I design. Yeah.
Individually, and then like you paint the first one, then you kind of make it like a template.
Yeah. So like a lot of the designs are either hand drawn and scanned in, or graphic designed on a computer. But we actually manually print them. Right. So everyone is still like handmade, Yeah. All the tags that you see, from the inside tag to the tags that are on the bottom of each shirt, we put these on by hand.
Oh, that's dope.
Yeah.
Yo, see that means, I mean, name some of the things that you
so within like the first 6 months of me working at Mesquite, I got the opportunity to do the shirt for the rapper The Game. Okay. And it was right when he got signed to like G-Unit. He put out his first album, the documentary, and he had a song called Dreams that was produced by Kanye West.
I remember.
And Aaliyah had a dream, I had a dream. So what's it called? I hand painted the shirt that he's wearing in that video. And it's funny because like at the time I still live with my mom. We didn't even have cable. We didn't even have cable because back then is when MTV and like BET still played music videos.
Right.
So I sent out the shirt. I found out that it was gonna air. I called up one of my friends like, "Yo, could I run to your house and watch?" He's like, "I ain't even there. My mom is and my sister is." Right. So I watched the video with the mom and the sister. And it's funny, like the first verse comes on, he ain't wearing the shirt. Second verse comes on, he ain't wearing the shirt. So I'm like, literally, my hopes is kind of low. Right. And then the third verse, he's like sitting around all these candles. It's like a really dope shot. And there he is wearing our shirt. And on the shirt, I put pictures of like Aaliyah, Tupac, Left Eye, like Biggie.
I remember that shirt, bro.
So when he mentions their name, like Aaliyah had a dream, they like zoom in on the shirt and all that other stuff. So literally, like we were so happy. I remember them like hugging me and all. They even like, does this mean you're gonna be famous? Or something like that?
Right.
But yeah, I mean, it's just so coincidental that like that was the first shirt that was seen like worldwide, and it was for the Dreams video, and on the shirt it said Dream, so that was like a dream come true.
It's crazy that you said that, because like when I saw that, I was like, yo, that has to be a Mesquite shirt.
Yeah,
like
yeah.
I was like, that has to be a Mesquite shirt. Like I was like, cause I knew as Philly, that was a Philly thing. I was like, yo, there's no way you can't tell me it wasn't a Mesquite shirt. But that's dope, man. That's a dope ass story.
Yeah.
So I mean, so after that, after that aired.
Yeah, after that I started doing celebrity shirts for all types of music videos, magazines, everything, and I started flying around the world. Like Mesquite sent me to Europe 5 times. Wow. I dressed a lot of rappers and stuff out there that rap in like German, French, and from Spain and all. So like it really never reached the United States market. Right. I don't know, the people in my neighborhood didn't know who they were. But I went on to do the Pink Panther and Beyoncé Check Up On It video. I did
the fuck out of here.
I did a bunch of shirts and the background for Bun B Draped Up video. And then,
you did that?
Yeah. Draped up and draped out.
Yo,
yeah.
You did that shit. That's my shit, too.
I got a nice little cameo in the video, too. So.
I gotta go back and watch that now. Yo, really?
Yeah, but I did
shit.
Mims Like This video. I did the hoodies and that. I did Young Berg Sexy Lady video. Okay. I just did a ton of videos, and like one of the biggest ones I ever did, which I want to say was probably the biggest one that everyone knows, was the hoodie and Crank That for Soulja Boy.
Oh yeah.
I did the Superman hoodie that he's wearing.
Yeah.
So that was like something that reached worldwide fame.
Yeah.
And after that, my time at Mesquite was coming to a point where it's like I had met all these people. I'm designing all these shirts, and a lot of people were pushing me to do it for myself.
Right.
Like, yo, you're doing all the work. You're just writing Mesquite on, so like you should do it for yourself. Start your own brand and all. And I kind of plateaued at Mesquite, where like I wasn't getting any more money. I wasn't like getting promoted, whatever. I kind of like plateaued. So I mean, I had my talks with them, and then when Soulja Boy hit me up to say like, yo, Jay, I'm gonna be on the front cover of the Source magazine. I need something hot. I sent him Art History instead of Mesquite, and November 2007. The day before Thanksgiving, the magazine came out, and he's wearing Art History.
That's dope. See how dreams do come true, man. Just keep working, man. Yeah. Don't stop. Dreams come true, man.
It's fun because like that was like the ending of a great story at Mesquite.
Right.
But it also started the beginning of Art History, which was like I was starting at the bottom.
Absolutely. Right.
So now here we are 10 years later. I worked my way back up. You know what I mean?
Yeah. So I'm big on like motivating the youth and motivating the dreamers out there. You know what I'm saying? And again, I try to express to them that the microwave success is it's rare.
Yep.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's rare.
Like the Soulja Boy.
Right.
Style.
It's rare, right?
Yeah.
So, but
extremely.
But again, you're like a living legend, and you're walking here, and I'm gonna say legend. You can be humble. You know what I'm saying? I'm going to say a living legend.
It's weird that people say, like, dude, Jay's a genius.
Right,
like, Jay's a legend. I have heard it, like, and I don't know. I just wake up and go to work every day.
And again, as you should be humble, man. That's great. But I mean, again, I just want the kids that, out there that's watching this to see that, man, you can make, and again, you said you got locked up when you were 13.
Yeah.
And you changed your whole life around.
Yeah.
So, you know what I'm saying? So
my mom was a single mom of 4 kids. My youngest sister, 2 years younger than me, she had leukemia at 4 years old. She died at 8. So, like, our childhood wasn't sweet, you know what I mean?
Right. But you didn't let it define you, though.
Absolutely not. The thing is, it kind of made me even stronger because I know what it feels like to struggle like that. I ain't trying to ever go back.
Absolutely. Again, I do these interviews because a lot of times I don't know these people. You know what I'm saying, guys? So I get to know them on camera, but it's like,
Mark met me 10 minutes ago.
Yeah, literally, but it's genuine, and it's like I love to, when I can have a genuine conversation with somebody,
right.
And I can feel the vibe. It's not like forced, phony, or fake. You know what I'm saying, guys? So again, I'm telling you,
last to jump on the wave. That's
don't be the last to jump on the wave.
Yeah.
I'm just saying the same thing, dog. Please don't be the last to jump the wave with 2 sides. Don't be the last. You know what I'm saying? And I appreciate my man. He's like, if you guys don't know, man, my man does a lot for the community. He had a festival not too long ago. It was you in the community.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It was
so
art.
This was the second year we shut down Frankfurt Ave right here in front of the store, and we throw an art festival.
Okay.
And in the summertime last year in July, we were the first ever clothing company ever to do this.
That's
the biggest intersection in the Northeast is like Frankfurt and Cottman.
Yes.
Like when the Phillies won the championship, when the Eagles won the Super Bowl, we go to Frankfurt and Cottman.
Right.
You know what I mean? So for me to be able to shut down Frankfurt and Cottman and throw a fashion show,
That was decent.
yeah, that was like
decent, bro. Oh my
Yeah.
god, that's legendary.
yeah. So that's I mean, dude, that was like check off the bucket list.
Right,
you know
right,
what I mean?
absolutely.
So, and they said it was the biggest turnout we've ever had at Frankfurt and Cottman, besides the Eagles and the Phillies winning. You know what I mean?
Oh.
Yeah.
So, I mean, you have any other events that planned?
Yeah. So,
This summer coming?
well, just to build on that, like growing up in this neighborhood, if you didn't play sports, there's nothing else for you to do.
Right.
Mind you, I did play every sport
Right,
growing up,
right,
but
right.
like I said, like when I was in the graffiti thing or whatever, like there was nothing for art around here. So like growing up in the Northeast, like there was never ever a fashion show. There was never ever an art festival.
True.
You know what I mean? Especially one that's free, that's accessible to everybody.
Right.
You know what I mean? So it's like to be able to bring that to the neighborhood, I feel like that's the change of something big. Like who knows, 10, 15, 20 years from now, there might be so much talent that comes out of the Northeast, but it could spark that.
Absolutely. And it's crazy
Yeah,
that
man.
you say that though, Jay, because I was thinking that the other day. I was like, yo, we got, all right, so we know certain sections of the city are just known for certain things. I'm like, Northeast, come on, we gotta step it up.
Yeah.
No, like, you know what I'm saying? We gotta step up.
Yeah.
We gotta put our stamp on Philly too, you know what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
well, it's crazy because like growing up listening to hip hop, all the rappers would shout out every part of Philly,
but Northeast, right?
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. We gotta put our
And,
stamp on that.
I honestly believe in the next 10, 15, 20 years that there's going to be so much talent coming out of the Northeast
Yes.
that you can't deny.
Yeah, I feel the same way, though. I definitely feel, yo, what, we're gonna start hashtagging Northeast Town. Bro. You fire, man.
Yeah, the Philadelphia
Philly
Inquirer,
Inquirer,
yeah,
yo, like-
the biggest newspaper in the city. They just
They host what, a spread on you?
we actually took over the whole business section of the Philadelphia Inquirer. Yeah, so they reached out to me to do an article on us.
Mm-hmm.
And they basically got like my whole story. They basically even put up like the numbers that we did
That's
last year
big.
and stuff like that. So I've never seen myself as like a businessman.
Right.
So to be able to take over 2 full pages of Philadelphia Inquirer and then write an article about my business.
That was awesome.
Check off the bucket
Check
list.
out the bucket list. I said, this one, win. Your mobile store.
Oh yeah, so we're trying to change the game here when it comes to like clothing lines in Philly. I always try to be I don't always try to be like the greatest of
Right.
all time, but like I like to be an innovator and do things that haven't been done yet.
Absolutely.
So we bought a mobile boutique, and what it is, it's a huge box truck that has been converted to a store on wheels. So inside it has a fitting room, it has mirrors, it has heating and air conditioning, it has hardwood floors, and then it has all the shelves and racks to hang up all the clothes.
That's decent.
The thought behind it was people would always say like, Jay, like, yeah, you got this little store in Frankfurt that, but if you had a store on South Street, if you had a store in the boardwalk down the shore, like, you'd be a millionaire.
Right.
But like the overhead on them stores is expensive.
Right.
And I've even seen big name brands like open up stores on South Street and go out of business. Yeah.
Absolutely.
So my whole thing is that with this mobile store, the overhead is less expensive, but we could go anywhere at any time.
Smart, bro.
Yep.
Smart. He said he don't get something as a businessman. Look at this guy. This guy's killing it. That goddamn, yo. That's a genius idea though. Like, seriously, because again, you just fill up the tank,
Yep.
park it up,
Yep.
you open for shot. You know
Yeah.
what I'm saying? Then when you're done, you bounce.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
So,
Yeah.
yo, that's definitely smart, man. I love that idea.
And it's a billboard on wheels, so everywhere we
Yes.
go. I mean, one of the coolest
The
parts
truck
of
looks decent though too. It looks really cool, yo.
Thank
It's
you.
really
So
cool.
like, just to drive around the neighborhood, have people like honking at you and waving the horn, it's just a good feeling.
That's
Yeah.
dope. That's dope. So I mean, 3 years ago, did you envision yourself having a mobile store?
No. No. So what I do, and this is advice to everybody else. You know, around New Year's Eve, I always write a list of goals that I want to accomplish for the year coming up.
Right.
So like what I've noticed is that a lot of times that I write down these goals, they're actually being reached within 6 months of the year because I'm just so focused on accomplishing.
Right.
So that mobile store one, I came up with that in December of 2017, and it didn't come possible until December of 18. So it took me a whole year because we had to find a truck that,
right.
you know.
Presentable, and
Yeah.
good price, all that. Yeah, I got you. So you got something else you want to say, brother?
Yeah, I do.
Yes, I'm sorry.
I hope that everybody's influenced to buy a shirt off me after hearing all
Yes,
this
you
stuff.
going. You have to buy a shirt, bro.
So if you can't make it to the store here in the Northeast, it's 7045 Frankfurt Ave. Hit up our website, arthistory101.com. It's free shipping. So if
Free
you're
shipping.
anywhere in the United States, it's free shipping. We do ship worldwide. It's a $10 fee if you live out in Australia and you want an art history shirt. You know what I mean?
Right. Yo, again, definitely make sure y'all support Philly. Y'all better stand up and support. You know what I mean? That's what it is. Everybody else, man, please show love, man, to a great guy. And look, again, I'm gonna show you the story. I mean, he's doing his thing right here, man.
Yeah.
Thank you so much,
Mark,
brother.
thanks again, brother.
Appreciate you, man.
It. All right, man.
Thank you. Two sides, we out. Yeah, coming with that heat. Coming with that heat. You know.
I love that customers were coming in here buying stuff. Like,
Yeah, that was dope.